All right, listen up, Beta and off-road people. Beta has released a new line, more like an updated version of their RR standard editions. If you're familiar with the Beta lineup, they have the standards and the race. Up until now, they've been relatively close to each other. The race editions are a little bit different. Get the KYB suspension. The standard edition have the sax stuff. But now Beta is going to move those two offerings a little further away from each other. So the new Beta standard editions are now called instead of being called RR standards, they're being called RRX Pros. Kind of a stupid name if you ask me. Usually when you put pro in a name, you think it is the premier, the racier version of something. Not the case. The RRX Pros are going to be the base models, and there will also be RR Race Editions. So what's different about these bikes? A few things. The new Sax fork is a separate function fork. It's called something else, SHC instead of SFF, like Showa calls theirs. But separate function means one spring and one side. This is how KTM does their air forks. One side's an air spring, the other side's all your valving. However, on these Sax, it will be a standard spring. Also, all these bikes are going to be 20 millimeters shorter at the seat height, which most people will love. However, the frame is not going to be like a cross trainer. It's going to be very close to the frames that they've had, more like a standard frame. And there's some other cool stuff too. There's new handlebar mounts, new bodywork, new shock. There's a front pull strap, which is pretty cool. They're calling it a rescue strap. The good news is pricing as well. These are going to be cheaper than the standard models were last year. So I think they were getting a lot of people just defaulting to the race models because they're pretty much the same bike with KYB suspension, and they just want to differentiate it a little bit. So pricing, for example, the 125RR starts out at $85.99, the 300RR $98.99, 390 I know is a popular four-stroke for you guys. It's 10.4. Availability. Dealers are ordering these today, actually, and these should be showing up in showrooms in August. So, yeah, bottom line, I love Beta. AOMC, your local Beta dealer in Charleston, West Virginia. I like the idea that a lot of Betas are geared towards trail riders, like this line is going to be, and not necessarily trail racers, because a lot of people that ride don't want to race, don't care about racing, don't need to spend that extra money racing. So yeah, props to Beta, but get somebody to come up with some better names, because RRX Pro makes no sense for this line.